G'day, mate. Let's take a little trip together, shall we? No need to pack a bag or rush for a flight. Just find a comfortable spot, close your eyes for a moment, and let your mind drift. We're heading somewhere special, a place where fire and ice have shaped the land and the spirit of the people. We're going to soar over Reykjavík, the heart of Iceland. Imagine a gentle lift, like a feather caught in a soft breeze. The ground slowly falls away beneath us, and the sounds of the world begin to fade into a peaceful hum. There's no hurry up here. We're just floating, observing, and letting a sense of calm wash over us. This is our private viewing, a quiet moment to see a city from a new and wonderful perspective. The air up here is crisp and clean, carrying a hint of the wild North Atlantic. As we climb higher, the world transforms into a beautiful, living map. The worries of the day seem to shrink with the details on the ground, becoming insignificant specks in a grander picture. Now, let's drift a little closer, shall we? Let's look down upon the heart of the city. Below us lies a wonderful mosaic of rooftops, a patchwork quilt of corrugated tin painted in every color you can imagine. This isn't the gray, uniform sprawl you might see elsewhere. This is a sea of reds, blues, greens, and yellows, each little house a bright spot of personality. Our eyes are naturally drawn to the giants among the houses. There, rising like a majestic, icy mountain, is the Hallgrímskirkja church. Its unique shape, inspired by the basalt columns formed by cooling lava, is unmistakable even from this height. It doesn't loom over the city aggressively. Instead, it seems to watch over it, a gentle guardian of stone and faith. Let's glide over towards the water now, and another shape catches our attention. It's the Harper Concert Hall, shimmering by the old harbor. From up here, it looks like a jewel, a complex honeycomb of glass catching the light. The geometric panels are meant to mimic those same basalt crystals as the church, but here they are transparent, filled with light and color. Let's focus now on the colors. It's one of the first things you truly notice about Reykjavík from the sky. It's a city that isn't afraid to be bold. The deep reds of the roofs seem to radiate warmth even on a cool day. The blues are as varied as the ocean itself, from bright sky blue to a deep, moody navy. Now let's look beyond the houses to the street art. Even from our height, we can spot the massive, beautiful murals that adorn the sides of buildings. These aren't just random tags. They are incredible works of art. Giant, colorful birds, mythical figures from Icelandic sagas, and abstract patterns turn blank walls into open-air galleries. The city actively encourages this creativity, and it shows. The patterns from above are just as captivating as the colors. Notice the neat rows of houses in the suburban areas, each with its own little garden, creating a repeating, comforting pattern. Then compare that to the charmingly irregular layout of the old town center. We can see the geometric precision of modern buildings like Harper, contrasted with the soft, curving lines of the coastline and the parks. Let's drift over to the edge of the city now, where the land gives way to the vast expanse of the North Atlantic Ocean. The coastline isn't a straight, boring line. It's a gentle curve that cradles the city. Here, the colors change from the bright paints of the houses to the deep, rich blues and greens of the water. We can see the old harbor, a place bustling with history and activity. Fishing boats, painted in their own primary colors, bob gently in the protected waters. These boats are the lifeblood of Iceland, a link to the nation's heritage as hardy seafarers. From up here, they look like charming little toys, but we know they are vessels of hard work and tradition. Following the curve of the coast, we see the Sæbraut, the road that hugs the shoreline. Along it sits a tiny, shining sculpture. It's the Sun Voyager, or Solfar. From our altitude, it's a sliver of polished steel, but its shape is clear. It's a dreamboat, an ode to the sun. It faces out across the water towards the setting sun, a symbol of hope, progress, and undiscovered territory. The ocean itself is a commanding presence. It's not just a boundary, it's a part of the city's identity. On a calm day like today, its surface is like dark glass, reflecting the sky. We can see the gentle swell of the waves as they roll towards the shore, breaking in a soft white line of foam. In the distance, the water stretches out to the horizon, meeting the sky in a seamless blend of blues. Now let's turn our gaze slightly inland, away from the ocean's edge, and focus on the green spaces woven into the city's fabric. Reykjavik is not a concrete jungle. It breathes. Dotted throughout the colorful rooftops are parks, gardens, and open fields, like green lungs providing fresh air and tranquility. There's the Hólmskálagarður Park right by the city pond, Tjörnin. From above, it's a lush expanse of trees and manicured lawns, a perfect spot of nature right in the city's core. We can see the winding paths where people are walking their dogs or pushing strollers, finding a moment of peace in their busy day. Let's glide over to a larger patch of green, the Laugardalur Valley, which translates to Hot Spring Valley. This area is the city's main hub for sports and recreation, but it's also home to the Reykjavik Botanic Garden. Even from our height, we can see the organized beds of plants and the clusters of trees. It's a living library of flora, showcasing thousands of plant species that can survive in this northern climate. One such area is Öskjuhlíð Hill, where the Perlin building sits like a crown. The hill is covered in a dense forest, a project started decades ago to bring more trees to the capital. From our vantage point, it's a significant patch of wilderness within the city limits, with trails crisscrossing through the trees. It's a place where city dwellers can go for a quick escape, to feel like they are deep in the woods without ever leaving town. As we float here, suspended in the quiet sky, let's tune into some of the stories and interesting facts that the city whispers. Below us is that beautiful pond, Tjörnin. It's not just pretty, it's a beloved landmark known to locals as the biggest bread soup in the world because of the sheer number of people who come to feed the ducks, swans, and geese. It's home to over 40 species of visiting birds throughout the year. Imagine a bustling bird airport right in the center of the capital. Let's think about the name Reykjavik. It means smoky bay. The first settler, Ingolfur Arnason, named it that way back in the 9th century because of the steam he saw rising from the natural hot springs in the area, and that steam is still crucial to the city today. A huge portion of Reykjavik is heated by geothermal energy, piping hot water directly from the ground to heat homes and businesses. It's one of the cleanest, most sustainable heating systems on the planet. Now consider the people living down there. Iceland has a population of less than 400,000 people, and most of them live in and around Reykjavik. It's one of the smallest capital cities in the world, but what it lacks in numbers, it makes up for in creativity. It's said that 1 in 10 Icelanders will publish a book in their lifetime. That's an incredible statistic. As we look down at these quiet streets and cozy houses, we can imagine them filled with writers, musicians, artists, and designers. And what about the unseen? Hidden from our view are the stories of the Huldufolk, or hidden people. Many Icelanders have a belief in, or at least a deep respect for, elves and other hidden beings who are said to live in the rocks and hills. As we look down at the rugged lava fields and rocky outcrops at the city's edge, we can let our imagination wander. Perhaps we are flying over more than just a city of humans. It adds a layer of magic and mystery to the landscape, a reminder that there is always more to the world than what we can see. Let's take a moment to appreciate the beautiful dance happening below us, the dance between the old and the new. Reykjavik is a city that honors its past while eagerly embracing the future. We can see this in the very architecture we're flying over. There in the city center are the charming older houses, some made of timber and clad in that iconic corrugated iron. These buildings have stood for over a century, weathering Atlantic storms and witnessing the city's transformation from a small fishing town to a vibrant capital. Then, just a short glide away, we see the modern marvels. We've already admired the shimmering glass of the Harper Concert Hall, a beacon of 21st century design. But there are other new structures too. Sleek apartment buildings with large windows, modern office blocks designed with clean lines and sustainable materials. The city isn't a museum, it's alive and growing. But notice how this growth happens. New buildings often sit respectfully beside the old, not overpowering them. There's a conversation happening between the different architectural styles, a dialogue between history and progress. This dance extends beyond just buildings. Think about the energy of the city. The old harbor, once purely a place for the fishing fleet, is now also home to whale-watching tours, trendy restaurants, and maritime museums. The fish packing plants of yesterday now stand beside chic art galleries. It's a perfect example of how Reykjavik has repurposed and revitalized its historic areas, breathing new life into them without erasing their original character. Let's pause our journey for a moment. Let's just hang here in the calm, quiet air. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let go of any remaining tension, just float. Look down at the whole scene laid out before you. See the colorful city, the deep blue bay, and the majestic shape of Mount Esja standing guard across the water. Take it all in, not as separate parts, but as one single beautiful picture. Feel the immense sense of peace that comes from this high-up perspective. The world below is moving, cars are driving, people are walking, but up here, we are perfectly still. This is a moment for mindfulness. Let your thoughts quiet down and just focus on what you see with your mind's eye. Notice the textures, the smooth surface of the water, the rough mossy green of the lava fields, the neat repeating lines of the rooftops. Notice the light, the unique clear light of the north that makes every color seem more intense, more pure. Feel the cool, clean air on your skin. Let these simple sensory details ground you in this imaginary moment. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. Just be here now, floating peacefully above Reykjavik. Appreciate the silence. Up here, the sounds of the city are muffled into a gentle, distant murmur, like the sound of the ocean in a seashell. The dominant sound is the soft whisper of the wind, a sound of nature, of open space. Our time in the sky is coming to a close. It's time to begin our gentle descent back to the world. But let's do it slowly, reluctantly, holding on to this feeling of peace for as long as we can. As we drift slowly downwards, the details of the city begin to grow larger again. The mosaic of rooftops resolves back into individual houses. The tiny specks of cars become recognizable vehicles. But something is different. We are returning with a new perspective, carrying the calm of the sky with us. Let's take one last look at the magnificent view. The city, the ocean, the mountains. Burn this image into your memory. Remember the vibrant colors, the dance of old and new, and the perfect harmony between the city and the wild nature that cradles it. Remember the feeling of floating effortlessly, free from the pull of gravity and the rush of time. As we get closer to the ground, we can see the people more clearly. Someone tending their garden, children playing in a park, friends sharing a coffee at an outdoor cafe. Life is happening down there, full of its small, beautiful moments. Our journey has given us an appreciation for the bigger picture, for how all these small lives come together to create the unique and wonderful character of this city. We've seen it as a whole, and now we can appreciate the parts with a deeper understanding. We descend not with a jolt, but with a sense of gratitude for this special viewpoint. And now we've landed. Gently, softly. Open your eyes when you're ready. You're back where you started, but hopefully you're feeling a little different, a little calmer, a little more refreshed, a little more inspired. You've just flown over the world's northernmost capital, and you've experienced its quiet magic. Hold on to that sense of peace. Let the memory of the colorful city and the vast open sky be a small sanctuary you can visit in your mind anytime. Thanks for coming on this journey, mate. You've just had the ultimate chill experience flying over Reykjavik.